Welcome to the very first Brendan Fraser International
Film Festival
of North Carolina. We are the founding and only members, but we're hoping that there will be more soon.
Hi!
Scratch that.
Hi!
This is Whitney.
That's Elizabeth.
And together we are the
Bembridge Scholars. We have a whole plan.
There's a whole plan. Look at this. We are doing this out of our newfound love for Brendan Fraser.
I wouldn't say newfound.
It's recent.
The Mummy is
It's one of my favorite movies.
Well, here's the deal. We were watching the special features, and we started watching interviews with Brendan Fraser, and we both thought, wow, he's such a sweet man. He's such a
So gentle. Not that hunk persona that everybody knew in the 90s.
Which we love. So we were sort of like, what else has he done besides The Mummy and George of the Jungle and Encino Man?
There's so much to this man, and we really need to explore his life's work. We will be watching almost every single film and television show that he has ever
All
been in.
66 that we can find.
Some of these are like made-for-TV movies that just don't exist anywhere. We're going to be discussing the film, his performance, and
how we feel about it.
How we feel about it, yeah. We will be giving our own rating for each category, and then we will be discussing why, and then we will try to find a happy medium. Median?
Another M.
The movie that we're about to watch is called Dogfight from 1991. It has River Phoenix. We haven't done a whole lot.
And Brendan Fraser.
Obviously. This is his first major motion picture that he was ever in, and so this one feels significant.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done a whole lot of research on this because we kind of want it to be a surprise, so, and this is how we're going to approach every single film and television show
I've never
that we
seen
watch.
this movie. I have no idea what it's about, other than I hope he's wearing a sailor outfit.
He better be, because we love ourselves some sailors. I saw it like 15 years ago, back when you would get the DVD in the mail from Netflix. But I don't remember him being in it. So this is gonna feel new to me. Well, you've never even seen this movie. We don't know what kind of screen time he has, but we're gonna rate this film solely on his performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough screen time to be more than just an extra. Or he must do something. Maybe he's like sailing the seas. I don't know.
Sailing the high seas. That sounds pretty good to me.
And then there's a dogfight on the boat. Ship.
Yes.
Do we know what time period this is in? I mean, it's got to be 1991 or earlier.
Well, obviously. I think it's...
Well, it could have been in the future.
So we're going to watch this movie, and then we're going to come back, and we are going to thoroughly and extensively discuss his role. You guys are in for a thrilling ride. Welcome back. What did you think?
Really, what we're talking about here is his part. So
His
we watched the
performance.
whole movie,
Yeah.
which it was actually very interesting. In terms of Brendan's performance here,
That's what we're really here for. So let's get down to brass tacks.
well, first of all, we should say what happened.
Brendan Fraser plays a sailor, and then there's this group of Marines. And so it's kind of like the Marines versus the sailors. And the sailors come in, and Brendan's line is...
How'd you like to eat my shit?
How would you like to eat my shit?
Yeah. Which we were kind of stunned.
Well,
That just came out of nowhere.
that was
I
shocking.
mean, that's his first line in a major motion picture.
If you think about it, that's a pretty good first line.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was supposed to be funny, but
Well,
because
we just
we
weren't
knew it was
expecting him to say that, and then he got thrown into a
pinball machine. Before we decided to do this whole project, we had read that he got the role because he was like one of the only people willing to get thrown into a pinball machine.
Mm-hmm. He was really committed.
That counts for something.
Yeah.
If he hadn't been willing to get thrown into a pinball machine, would we even have the Brendan Fraser that we have today? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a question worth asking ourselves. Interesting. Interesting thoughts.
Let's start with the first category of ratings, which is emotional
Emotional depth. I'm feeling emotional.
Basically, he came in and
Didn't
he
really
was
display much.
he was
depth.
just automatically very angry,
He was rude.
and
Like if someone
he
spoke
was
to
ready
me
to
that
start
way,
a fight. So I feel like he was a very one-dimensional character.
Mhm.
I don't feel like we had enough time for him to really show his acting
yeah.
depth.
I mean, just imagine if he had more time, what could he have achieved? You know?
But look at what he has achieved. Okay.
I mean, like in the film.
I feel like that was the perfect amount of time in this particular film. So on a scale of 1 to 10,
With 0 being
like
the emotional depth of a rock,
Mhm.
and 10 being the amount of tears I cried when I watched A Walk to Remember in the theater for like the 5th time.
What about Titanic?
I don't think I cried as hard in...
Really?
No.
Wow.
All right.
Emotional depth. What would you say, sis? 1.
1.
Very good. The man count. So there was one man, not of
Not
Brendan's.
said by him. So
There's
the
half
man
point.
count is half.
So
the
comedic
point.
performance. This one wasn't a really intensely funny role, however,
No.
I was laughing.
I laughed just with his line. I was
Yeah.
cracking up.
Yeah, I was too.
I don't know if I would want to meet that sailor. Because if he speaks to other people like that.
Yeah.
Comedic performance.
I was laughing a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe,
Like 2.5?
yeah, let's just meet in the middle.
Okay.
Best actor in a dramatic role.
So there was a little drama.
And fighting. He came in and he's like...
That's physically dramatic. Like, he's not going to win any awards for this.
Right.
But it's
Well,
worth noting
He could win an award
in their
from
film
the
festival.
Bembridge Scholars. Physical press and stunts.
Well, that was quite a physical role.
It was all physical. I mean, he came in, he started fighting, and then he got thrown into a
Boom.
pinball machine. So I'm feeling like that deserves some recognition.
Hold on, I changed my mind.
Did you see mine and change yours?
Maybe. So why did you say 4?
Keep in mind, this is the first movie he ever did. They needed someone who was in really good shape and who could be flung across the room and who could fight.
Okay, so let's do 4. Hair.
I was not wowed.
We were underwhelmed. The lighting was
very
terrible.
very strange. It was like overhead lighting.
Yeah, and it was like this crew cut or something.
It didn't even look like him. I mean, he has hair.
He
So-
has hair.
That is some kind of point.
As long as he has hair, he should get 1 point because he has hair.
Yeah, I mean, I agree about this.
1.
Now, hidden talents. I didn't learn anything new about him.
I'm happy giving no points.
Okay, let's just skip it.
0.
0.
Swoons. He was in a sailor uniform, but I wasn't the most on board with that. We have feelings about men in sailor uniforms.
Yes, but the hat is a really key component of that.
It is.
But
He was wearing a sailor
he
uniform.
was in a sailor uniform, and he was in a movie,
Yeah.
and it's Brendan Fraser, so...
I'm fine with 1 on this one.
Yeah, I think I am too. Wait a minute. We are doing this category totally wrong. Swoons, I think, is other women in the movie being bowled over by him, right?
Oh, yes, you were right, Whitney.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
This
Okay.
is documented.
Okay, so Swoons is 0 then.
Swoons is 0. I don't think any women... And it's only because his part was so short. The other guys were getting the swoons.
Not even. They were paying for swoons.
Well, they were paying. That's a whole other topic.
They were awful boys. So temperature, like 0 on the temperature scale is frigid Antarctic air. Frigid Arctic air. Like walking into a commercial freezer.
Which is just...
It's cold.
so cold.
10 is
The desert.
What?
That's hot.
No, I was just trying to think, like, is there something hotter in the desert than just, like, the desert?
Hotter in the desert?
Yeah, like, like in the summertime in the desert.
Wow. In the sun.
In the sun in the desert, where you would
Midday
die
sun,
that
midday.
day. If you did.
Because it's so hot. Your eyeballs got cooked or something?
Your whole body got cooked. And you have no water. And it's like that movie with Reese Witherspoon where her lips are like peeling because she's so hot and dehydrated.
Okay, but why is a measure of temperature hotness? What I'm
It's
saying,
so hot that it kills you.
he was so angry that for me, he just didn't really do it. But
He didn't do it for me.
just in terms of looks, I mean, just kind of like underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the notes.
The notes, the first line is really the notes. I
Yeah.
think.
How would you like to eat my shit? Thank you for joining us on this first episode. The next film that we will be watching will be Encino Man.
Very exciting.
We're so excited because we love that movie.
We do.
So until then,
Keep it scholarly.
why wasn't he wearing the hat?
I don't know.
He was in his uniform.
I guess he was just like being casual at the pinball
But is that
machine.
allowed? So it looked like his hair was like really thinning badly, which isn't. That's not a negative thing.
We're gonna have to
Cut this part out. I think Phil Collins is attractive, and he had like a
We all
comb
know.
over in
We all
the
know.
80s. So he's like his big chest, and he's like, how would you like to eat my shit?
I feel like we're scoring him really
Really,
harshly. But you know what?
there wasn't enough
This is what
time.
happens with the Bembridge scholars. You know,
We are tough.